I'm Staff Sergeant Brian Buckwalter. In the news, President Barack Obama met Wednesday with the president of Haiti, who wanted to thank Americans for all they've done to help the country since January's devastating earthquake. After the meeting, the president spoke in the Rose Garden to a group of people, which included some service members who are aboard the USNS Comfort, providing medical treatment.
The Department of State, USAID, Homeland Security, FEMA, Health and Human Services, Transportation, and the Department of Defense, including our great folks at Southern Command. Today, I want to thank all of them for leading a swift and coordinated response during one of the most complex humanitarian efforts ever attempted.
The president says all those involved in the relief efforts can be credited with saving countless numbers of lives. The combatant commanders testified on the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal 2011. Commander of U.S. European Command Admiral James Stavridis, Commander of U.S. Africa Command General Kip Ward, and General James Mattis, Commander of U.S. Joint Forces Command, appeared in front of the House Armed Services Committee. General Ward discussed his mission in Africa, while General Mattis touched upon the current operations in Afghanistan and how it's affecting the joint forces.
The character of this current conflict remains different, or better said, irregular. We have continued to adapt our forces in stride to become increasingly competent in irregular warfare.
My focus is on activities, programs, and communications that support our national interests and also reinforce the success that we have established in ways that will assure progress in the long term for our African partners.
Also testifying on the defense budget Wednesday, Commandant of the Marine Corps General James Conway and Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Gary Ruffett. They appeared in front of the House Appropriations Committee. General Conway says military families are an important priority in the upcoming defense budget.
From a family services perspective, that we think are helping to make that better. All kinds of family readiness initiatives that try to enhance the quality of life for our families at bases and stations while the Marines are deployed.
Military families were also the focus of hearings on Capitol Hill Tuesday. A House Armed Services Subcommittee heard testimony concerning the effects of deployment on children. A recent study found that children involved in activities had a less difficult time dealing with the circumstances of a deployed parent.
Our study looked at activities, specifically sports. We looked at clubs such as band or drama. We looked at organizations such as Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and we looked at religious activities. And what we found is that the significant factor for predicting which children will do better with the deployment of stress are those who are participating in activities such as sports. It serves as a distraction to the negative feelings that are associated with a deployment.
Iraqi security forces succeeded in preventing chaos on Election Day. That's according to Army Major General Terry Wolff, Commander, U.S. Division Center. He briefed reporters today at the Pentagon on Sunday's big vote. Petty Officer Elliot Fabrizio has more from our Pentagon Bureau.
Commander U.S. Division Central Major General Terry Wolff said the U.S. and Iraqi working relationship represents a partnership with U.S. forces providing training and guidance to enable Iraqi forces to develop and execute their plan for election support. This at a Pentagon press conference via satellite Wednesday.
Down at the Iraqi division level, whether they are Iraqi Army or federal police, and in Baghdad there are 6 of those, we're also partnered with them with these training teams. And so what we've done at that level is work to help staff training, to give them a menu of things which has enabled them to prepare themselves for the election. And we've also worked to have a common operating picture between our headquarters and theirs.
General Wolff said the interaction between the U.S. and Iraqi forces has taken on a new shape and now occurs on a more macro and strategic level.
In the old days being during the surge, we used to have partnered units down at the battalion level and even lower. Right now, most of our partnering happens at the brigade level and above.
He added they are close to completing the transition to stability operations in Iraq. Reporting from the Pentagon, I'm Petty Officer Elliot Fabrizio.
A U.S. Navy assessment team assembled in Mayport, Florida, and arrived in Santiago, Chile Monday. The Chilean Navy flew the team to Concepcion to provide technical expertise following last month's 8.8 magnitude quake. The 12-man team is led by the Navy's Expeditionary Combat Command. They'll assist the Chilean Navy with a damage assessment of a nearby naval base to determine what capabilities will be needed in order to repair the base and shipyard. The team members have backgrounds in diving and salvage, medical, engineering, communications, and surveying. Turning to weather, a blizzard has hit Misawa Air Base in Japan, forcing a suspension of operations there. Senior Airman Chance Smith reports that by daybreak, almost half a foot of snow had blanketed the installation.
The 35th Fighter Wing commander took the precaution to shut down the airbase and release all non-mission essential military and civilian personnel. The 35th Fighter Wing Weather Operations Flight Commander Captain Robert Nelson tracked the storm as it developed. He says it's the worst blizzard to hit Misawa since 2007. I'm standing in 17 of the 25 inches of snow projected to hit Misawa within a 24-hour period. For Around the Services, Senior Airman Chance Smith, Misawa Air Base, Japan.
And for the latest military news, signature programming, and more, head to PentagonChannel.mil. I'm Staff Sergeant Brian Buckwalter with your Pentagon Channel News Update.